Good morning and happy Saturday. The sun is just rising over the gore as you saw in the live shot. The buses are moving, the birds are chirping. We have a beautiful weekend ahead, and we have the Beaver Creek Culinary Weekend finally here. And on the show, we have two celebrity chefs that we're going to be able to meet with and chat with. So stay tuned. Vail Valley Live is starting now.
Good morning, everyone, and happy Saturday morning to you, the 22nd of January, 2022. Have you made a conversation about this and gotten the dates wrong or right? We're still working on it, but we're just a few weeks and a few days in to this new year. Excuse me. Plenty to catch up on, like snow totals. 1 inch reported the past 24 hours over in Beaver Creek. And on the show this morning, that's where Charlie will be broadcasting from or reporting from. 2 inches the past 24 hours over at Vail. That's where Meredith is, and a big weekend at that, as Meredith has shared with you. It is the Winter Culinary Weekend over in Beaver Creek that kicked off on the 20th, runs through tomorrow. And each day there's been some special features as we enjoy celebrity chefs from California, Colorado hosting California on this culinary weekend. And what we're going to enjoy today, this morning, first thing over in Beaver Creek, I believe kicking off at 9:30, it's called Ski Eat Ski. We'll be checking in with Charlie to learn more about that event and celebrating Culinary Weekend, which to me sounds good. Dealing with some celebrity chefs, again from California as well as here in Beaver Creek in Colorado, pairing wine and fine dine, and just some good times and great stories and memories just collected right there. And we thank you very much for watching and tuning in with us every morning. Vail Valley Live on Outside Television Channel 17, and also interacting with us online at the various locations where we can be found. And yes, let's get the show rolling. And I'm sure you're excited to check in with Charlie and Meredith. So let's start with the weather right now. They both are out in the elements. And Meredith was setting up a beautiful shot this morning, even from her drive in. How clear the sky is looking this morning. We're waiting for that sun to kind of pop out a little bit more and to impact your morning as far as you getting on the slopes and being the sun chaser. Lifts opening at 8:30 over at Vail, 9 o'clock at Beaver Creek. What we're doing is letting that sun cast and try to stay in that sun cast throughout the morning, staying out of the shade. That way you're warmer and taking in those views. And if you're taking photos, making it iconic. And here's what we're finding weather-wise. Let's take a look. And we're talking about, even for the start of the morning, in feels, the single digits you see right there, but in the teens, both Vail and Beaver Creek. High temperatures today remaining in the sun, the low 30s. Overnight low temperatures, the single digits. It's going to be clear throughout today. Are you planning to do the shopping portion of your family friend trip? Are you planning on doing the lessons portion? Are you doing the eat ski portion? Well, we look forward to learning about your time spent at the end of the day during Opry, and that's where we find those bragging rights about what it was that you did out there when we all collect and sing along with your Opry band. Tomorrow, as we look at the weather, keeping sunshine around, that's Sunday. Also into our Monday, it could turn foggy in the overnights on our Monday. Temperatures holding similar, as you can see there, that single digits. And then our Tuesday, Wednesday, let's see if that fog brings the moisture back and the snow back. It's been a fantastic season for that. And to reiterate, if you're just tuning in with us, 1 inch reported the past 24 hours, Beaver Creek, 2 over at Vail. And the weather is brought to you by the outlets at Silverthorne. Elevated savings. We have we have Emma driving the show this morning. And what do you want to do right now, Emma?
Let's go say hi to our friends.
Let's say hi to our friends this morning. And we're talking about a friend that we have in with each other, and that's, well, we have Charlie, we have Meredith. And so let's start with Charlie first. You're in the big frame. Celebrity chefs, you're really excited, and maybe they'll bring you something to nibble on the show this morning to taste for us.
Oh, good morning, Ty. I hope so. I'm so excited, and if they have some food, that would be great. I'm hungry. I was about to go and get some food from Vail Mountain Coffee and Tea, but maybe later. That place is great. Have you seen the pastries they've got? They've even got beignets, which if you like beignets, from New Orleans, they're so good. If you're looking for some unhealthy food, but they've got everything. They've got empanadas, they've just got bagels, so If you're looking for a quick breakfast before heading up, it's right here at Beaver Creek, just down from the Centennial Gondola. And we just watched the Game Creek Club, no, not the Game Creek Club, the Beaver Creek Club. They just went up for first tracks this morning, so that was exciting. They've all gone up there. We'll see them come down soon, but it's gorgeous here. It's a little chilly. It's 14 degrees, feels like 5. We got 2 inches in the last 24 hours here in Beaver Creek. But it's quite busy here this morning. I'm excited to see the action. And also, the fire pits are going. My favourite. I know it's Ashley's favourite too, but it's keeping me warm.
I'm a huge fan of the fire pits there in Beaver Creek, and like Charlie is sharing with you in Beaver Creek, quite busy for the start of the morning, all the bells and whistles in the background. Sounds like you're at a casino. We'll see if you're winning anything yet. We're going to check in with Meredith right now. She's over in Lion's Head, and we're seeing some traffic over there where you are too. The in-town bus route is moving. What about the passengers?
Absolutely.
What are you noticing?
Yeah, I'm in a hot spot in this area in Lion's Head. So I'm at the bus loop, and so right above me is the parking structures with a few different levels, and then this is where the free in-town buses can pick you up. And it's such a great offering that the town of Vail has for these free buses. So you can park and hop on it and get, quick access to the mountain and different shops here. We have, at this hour, a lot of the employees start to flood in because, it takes a village to put on and keep this mountain running. It's a whole show that we put on every single day, just like here on Vail Valley Live. So at this hour, you're going to see a lot of the employees shuffling down and starting the day. But then, lifts open at 8:30. So we'll just in the next half an hour, we'll start to see a bit more skiers and tourists start to flood the mountain. And I'm always very eager to see the lines on a Saturday morning at Lion's Head because, they can be pretty full maze at the top of the hour, especially with that fresh snow.
Thank you very much. Yes, she's absolutely right. Right there at the Lion's Head parking structure, what's really cool, inside of that structure, in the summertime, a hangout spot. There's a skate park inside of the parking garage at Lion's Head, not too far from where Meredith is standing right there. We thank you very much. We'll be checking back in with you. You are watching Vail Valley Live, and what's happening on today's show, if you're hungry, again, we have the Beaver Creek Culinary Weekend that is happening. It kicked off on the 20th, as I've shared with you. We'll be giving you a look at your Avalanche report, as well as some stylish functional wear coming from Skea, as well as what made headlines. Give you another look at the weather, all coming up. Stick around.
In the extraordinary, we're free to discover more together. Experience it for yourself this winter. Get your lift tickets today.
Winter is coming, and you can enjoy every minute with Outside Plus, your membership to the outdoors. Whether you're exploring the backcountry or your local trails, Outside Plus has you covered. With expert advice on gear, product discounts, premium access to Outside TV and the Gaia GPS app, and inspiring content delivered from the most respected names in the outdoors. Become an Outside Plus member today to get free tickets and VIP access to this year's Warren Miller film. Join at warrenmiller.com/Outside Plus.
The owner of this Apple Watch has taken a hard fall and is not responding to their watch. The emergency location is latitude 47.7, longitude -117.5 with an estimated search radius of 41 meters. This message will repeat in 5 seconds.
Vail Valley Live outerwear provided by Skea Limited.
Well, thank you for watching Vail Valley Live, tuning in with us every morning. Outside Television, Channel 17, promoting your outdoor lifestyle. Special thanks this morning to Vail Mountain Coffee and Tea, as we're sharing with you, and Charlie and her camera person, Barry, are out in Beaver Creek right now, and they're enjoying some strong coffee, maybe some tea, and you can also pick up some breakfast and pastries there. And noticing the time right now, an early start to get inside of Vail Mountain Coffee and Tea this morning so you can get your fuel. And of course, this is the time of morning, even in Lion's Head, where Meredith is, and throughout the Vail Village area, where individuals or couples or groups kind of leave the kids, the tweens, head out and find these little coffee shops and grab the pastries and the coffee, the order for the rest of the family back at the condo, and bring it back without getting lost around the plaza, just discovering Vail and Beaver Creek. It's a magical place, and there's a lot to discover. I was just there at Vail Mountain Coffee and Tea Wednesday, I believe it was. For the first time, I had the Moroccan mint. Whoa. Now that was powerful. I have to buy the Moroccan mint tea from Vail Mountain Coffee and Tea, and likely from that very location in Beaver Creek. You can find another location, and that's in Minturn, the roastery there. A lot to discover, so get out and about, discover Vail Mountain Coffee and Tea today. I have many things that we talk about here. Let's talk about what's made headlines in today's Vail Daily, and as you notice right here on the cover, sunshine and snowflakes, and it's not over yet. A sun pillar shines as snowflakes fall Thursday near Camp Hale. The region has picked up a few inches in the last few days. In topic number 2, Omicron surge in decline. COVID-19 spread remains high throughout the county, but local public health experts say there's reason for optimism after the steepest wave yet. You can find that topic on page A3 if you're interested. Looking at the local and regional help getting granted, Holly Loft, leaving Eagle River Watershed Council, seeks to advise other Vail areas nonprofits. That topic, again, is on page A2, the inside cover there. And in our third or fourth topic, phone-free zone, part of the plan to reduce lift lines. Who knew, right? Did you realize if you're spending time on your phone, you're not paying attention to the fact that the lift line is moving forward and progressing forward to get people up on the chairlift? Vail Resorts asks skiers to put their phones away as they approach the lift terminals. It's a smart idea. We're all trying to get after it on the slopes, right? It also saves your battery if you do that. Put the phone away. Save it for emergencies and something needed.
This is like another version of not texting and driving, right?
It would be. It would be exactly the same thing. Get off your phones. That's pretty much the comments that you hear out there. And other topics, arts and entertainment, late night electronic music in Vail. Oh yeah, let's bring some dancing back. DLMT and Ryan Shepard perform at Fall Line on February 5th. Mark your calendars. Fall Line is a brand new restaurant right there adjacent to the Gorsuch building across from Pepe's Gumshammer right there. Love the music on Bridge Street, nightlife. Sports and outdoors, Radamus qualifies for Beijing. Ski and Snowboard Club Vail alumnus is the youngest member of the U.S. Men's Alpine Olympic team. Edwards River Radamus competes in a World Cup Giant Slalom in Adelboden, Switzerland, January 8th. And those are some of the images there. Congratulations. And we're going to be staying close to these topics and so much more. Be sure to pick up your local newspaper. If you're doing that walk through the neighborhood, it is the Blue Box, the Vail Daily. Moving ahead into the show, let's see what's happening remote-wise. And so, as I shared with you, Emma is driving the show this morning. And your preference, Emma, who should we check in with first, in your opinion?
Meredith.
We're going to go to Meredith in Lion's Head. Now, this is not the skate park time of year. But where are you right now? Indoors somewhere, or at least near the indoors. A little window shopping, are you?
Yes, well, I wanted to give a little bit more perspective to where I was. So, as you can see, this is the bus loop, and I just crossed the street. And also, what we have here is the Welcome Center, and this is such a great resource for people that are new to town. They're so friendly. This is a Town of Vail operated building, and so they have a ton of different information, brochures. They even have different coupons and deals. And then they're also going to be able to really explain the mountain. They have big maps of the Vail Mountain blown up on the wall, and they can really kind of help you plan out what kind of runs are going to be right for you. So this is a great resource if you're new to town. This is the Welcome Center, and on top of it is the parking structures. And then I was just there at the bottom of the stairs to give you a bit more view. And then also, we haven't really brought much attention to this, but there is a grocery store right here. This is called the Market at Vail. And this is super convenient because the closest grocery stores are across the frontage road, you know, about 7-minute drive from here. You're going to have Safeway, City Market. But, you know, if you're staying in Village, in Lion's Head especially, but also Vail Village, you can hop on the bus and you can get access to this grocery store. And, you know, it's a petite, smaller grocery store, but they have a lot of different organic options, produce, they have liquor, you know, and wine sales. So this is very nice for the people who are staying in town, and or honestly, if you're just looking for a snack to bring up on the mountain and you forgot to pack a picnic, this is super convenient. They have a lot of different drinks here, beverages on the wall you can kind of see lit up. So just wanted to bring a little attention to this. They're open daily 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. So yeah, this was not always here though. I think it's been about 2 years that this market's been open.
It's a fun little marketplace, place that you discovered right there. And years ago, when I moved here, that used to be a giant bookstore, a bi-level bookstore. Go upstairs, downstairs, sit around, and even just read the books. And a lot of family-owned businesses right there in Lion's Head, and just up and down the valley. So it's kind of good, like what you're doing, is to get out and explore and discover what's new, what's in familiar locations, as a new business, and even the parking structure right there. And another thing that really important to point out about that parking structure where you were on the very top floor, the bathrooms are there.
Bathrooms are there. I know, I love throwing back and remembering what buildings were what. Actually, in this building, I had after school programs. So I would go there most days after school, and they had they had like a skating park, a little bit different than the one that you were talking about. But yeah, I would spend a lot of time here after school. But now
Could do it in
it's
about
better
Block
use
3.
for the visitors here. They have bathrooms, and it's a nice seating area too. So definitely check out the Welcome Center.
I think it was called Imagination Station inside of there, where it just opens up the young person's mind to the whole world and beyond, and all happening right there inside of that building. And that's how we continue to grow right here in the Vail area. And should we go over to Beaver Creek now and check in with?
No,
Okay.
they're finding our chefs.
Oh, okay. Oh, so that's a lot of fun. Thank you very much, Meredith, for giving us that tour of where you are. And again, get out and explore Lion's Head today. Follow your nose if that's important to you too. But in Beaver Creek, when we come back, we'll be sharing with you what's happening with the Winter Culinary Weekend. It's an on-mountain adventure where Colorado hosts California chefs. And there's a big event that's happening today. We'll be telling you more about it. It's called Ski, Eat, Ski. But still ahead on Vail Valley Live, we'll also be giving you a look at how your commute on the roads are looking. We'll be right back right after this.
Maui Jim sunglasses were born on the beaches of Hawaii, designed to respond to the bright sun and harsh glare of the islands, all while enhancing the view. After 30 years, we're still independently owned, and the free-thinking Hawaiian spirit that first inspired us is still a part of everything we do. Our Polarized Plus 2 lenses not only protect eyes from harmful rays, they also make colors more vivid and contrast crisper. Try on a pair and see for yourself. The view's better from here.
Start the new year out right with Nap Harvest. Mushrooms have been named the top ingredient of the year by the New York Times, and we have them in all shapes and sizes. Honey continues to be a hot topic for health, so stock up with Nap's nectars. Nap Harvest, your indoor farmers market, open 7 days a week.
Treat your dog to delicious, nutritious dog food. Specialty items and high-quality gear for dogs who love to get outside and play. Do-it-yourself dog washing and grooming services now available. Mountain Canine, the dog-friendliest shop in the Vail Valley.
This Weather and Mountain Report is brought to you by Betteridge. Fine jewelry and watches with exceptional service since 1897, located in Solaris.
Welcome back to Vail Valley Live. My name is Ty Diaz, and giving a little bit of a correction about the snow totals reported the past 24 hours at Vail and Beaver Creek Mountain. Emma corrects and says, Ty, I got it backwards. It is Beaver Creek that picked up 2 inches of snow, and Vail picked up 1 inch of snow the past 24 hours.
My bad. Doesn't it seem like Vail should get more snow, though? In my mind, that just makes sense. I don't know why.
That's a good conversation because, maybe Vail is your mountain, maybe Beaver Creek is your mountain, and then it comes with a preference or of who should get more snow. Let's put that in the chat conversation. Who should get more snow? Now, is that the conversation as a question for this morning, that we just decide those numbers to be inverted, or should we just go with the actual numbers that came in? Is this a should, or should we just do it the right way? So, 2 inches the past 24 hours over at Beaver Creek.
Maybe this will help people go more over to Beaver Creek and get some more traffic over there.
That is a real game that a lot of places play, and that is to drive traffic away from a popular spot by creating emphasis somewhere else. It's called a bait and switch. Yeah, that's what they call it. All right, so giving you a look at the roads this morning, Trisha Swenson chimed in saying, I-70 Evergreen westbound is really bad this morning. That's because it's the weekend. And the weekend warriors making their way into the mountains before your commute this morning. What you will find if you're starting your day off, your morning off, your weekend off on the Front Range, not the same look as we're finding once you get into the mountains. It's beautiful, but at the same time hazardous. Shoulder, median snow, some collection of moisture splashing back on your windshield. Being sure that you've checked your vehicle if you're starting on the Front Range, checking your vehicle on the oil side, on the coolant side, on the tire side, the gasoline side, the windshield washer fluid side, and windshield wipers before you make your way into the mountains. You're climbing over 2-3 passes to get up here, and that's taxing on vehicles. And we've had some experience in the past, of course, and it'll always come up when inclement weather comes through, that there could be times that you're stalled in traffic. So having that travel pack emergency kit in your car, blankets and snacks and water and things, even for children or pets, if you have everyone with you in your car, just be prepared for a major drive in and out of the mountains. Anything can happen. But as you can see this morning, low to medium traffic developing, and along that drive, as the sun's coming up, you can find some blinding instances throughout your commute this morning on the interstate. But once you get into the mountains, they are saying it's going to be a sunny one. Temperatures in the low 30s. Single digits for the overnight temperatures as we're starting out this morning in feels. Charlie said it feels like 5 degrees, though it says it's 14 in Beaver Creek, and keeping that sunshine with us all through the weekend. And as we step into the new week, our Monday and our Tuesday, let's take a look at that right now. And then you're wondering about the snow. Well, yeah, we picked up some snow yesterday. We're going to spend a nice clearer day today. And then we have a chance of some fog for the morning of our Tuesday, increasing our chances for precipitation, temperatures in the mid to upper 20s, as well as our Wednesday. And that's a look at your commute and your weather for now.
We have a lot of chat that we should...
Okay, that's Emma, if you're wondering.
Hi, good morning. We have some friends tuning in.
Okay.
Also, on her day off, Trisha somehow found a way to remotely host with us.
Yeah.
Giving us some more information.
Okay, so what are you finding, Emma, that's coming in the chat?
Okay, well, I think first we should address the fact that Trisha is... Where's her comment? Here's her traffic comment.
Okay.
Thanks, Trish.
Trish or Trisha?
I toggle between the two.
Okay.
Trish is our term of affection, I think. I think I'm on that level. I don't know. She's kind of like a local celebrity in my mind. Maybe I'm not.
And what is she saying about the roads?
Well, I think this is pertinent for all those front rangers who might be driving up, that they gotta be careful on those icy roads.
Okay.
Also, maybe you and Meredith, if she's still around that area, did you know the Imagination Station's still there?
Yes.
There you go.
And
look,
then
she sent a website too.
There you go. Wow.
It's like he's having so much fun. And then, our friend Paul.
Paul.
Is saying hello to Charlie.
There you have it right there.
He's
so
here
Charlie's.
in Vail now.
Oh,
so
you
exciting.
made it. And it's kind of fun when people, kind of watch the show and they chat in with us and letting us know that they have plans to be here. Thanks for letting us know that you've arrived. Should we go remote right now to Charlie?
Yes.
Is she ready?
Wait. Let me go check.
Okay.
It looks like she's ready.
So in Beaver Creek, it is the Winter Culinary Weekend on Mountain Adventures, visiting chefs and winemakers coming together for a memorable weekend. And we're talking about pairing wine and food, skiing and eating and skiing some more, and also pairing dinner and some music. Charlie, what do you have for us right now?
Well, I'm just on the hunt for our celebrity chefs that we're interviewing this morning. No sign of them yet, but I'm sure I'll find them. So I'm here at the Pines Lodge in Beaver Creek, just opposite from Splendido and the Chateau. And You know, it's a pretty hotel. I've never been in here before, so I'm excited to see potentially some food, who knows, but just to chat with these celebrity chefs. I think they've got a really cool story behind what they do and their vision and what they, you know, use as inspiration behind their cooking. So hopefully we'll be bringing that soon for you guys.
So where you are, that's up Scott Hill Road, and then the Chateau is just the next neighboring resort property that hosts the Splendido restaurant. And I've been there before, and I've had cocktails there. The bar is the bar lounge area, small plate, is right by the entrance, and really, really friendly staff there. A lot of locals. That's one of those lifer locations. If you find your restaurant and you're a food and beverage type person as a career, that is a fun spot. Speaking of which, you were doing some dining with this culinary thing. I believe earlier in the week we were talking about this, or last weekend. I wanted to check in with you about someplace you were going to have dinner. Do you remember our conversation?
Yes. That was the new restaurant that was the Toscanini. Now it's Satria in Beaver Creek, opposite the ice rink. Actually, Ty, I didn't end up going. My husband wasn't fancying Mediterranean cuisine that evening, so I still have yet to try it. The menu looks fantastic. It seems a bit lighter of a menu, so I think it was some pasta, some pizza, and some hummus. Just a nice Mediterranean cuisine, but we have still yet to try it.
So today is again the culinary weekend, and so are you familiar with the eat ski portion of the morning that kicks off at 9:30? This is where the guests get to buy their tickets for this and take to the mountains with an instructor of snowboarding or skiing and just check out some intermediate and expert or advanced terrain, and then make your way over to Zach's cabin, relax, and start taking in what the culinary chefs are working on.
Yes, I haven't ever done it, Ty, and I really regret not signing up for that because that would be my style for sure. So I wish I did sign up for that, but maybe next year. But you know, there's plenty of events happening through the weekend at all different locations, so we'll hopefully bring some of that info to you and where we can catch some of these celebrity chefs too.
Is there a menu nearby? Usually when you walk into an establishment, there's a little menu sandwich board or glass box that kind of discusses the cuisine. I would love to see what they're serving up, and even for breakfast over there where you are right now, and just the lay of the land. I see a little fireplace, plenty of lounge seating. I like how they're working the archways in the corridor there. And I'm sure a lot of people are waiting for their ski equipment and the valets to come and help them, but I love it inside of there.
I don't see a single menu, Ty, but I promise I'll get you that. But it's quite quiet here this morning. There's not even anybody having any breakfast just yet. So maybe we're just early on the day starting this morning. But I will bring that to you. But there's not a single soul in the restaurant. Can't find the celebrity chefs just yet. So I think they're hiding somewhere. But we're just going to hunt them down and we'll bring it to you.
A good place to meet anyone would be at a bar. It looks like there's plenty of seating right there for you. We'll be checking back in with Charlie in Beaver Creek, but still ahead on Vail Valley Live. We're going to give you some looks, a new look coming from Skea, and so much more. Stay close.
You deserve more from your steak. You deserve the only steak that's guaranteed to be perfect every single time. At Omaha Steaks, we're delivering old school quality with a now school mentality. That means aging every steak for tenderness, carefully hand carving, and obsessing over every last detail, so you never second guess a single bite. For a limited time, get the best quality at the best value during our 50% off sale. Visit omahasteaks.com today. You deserve this.
front of Pepe's, and they've been selling skias since day one. Joining me now, we have Diane Boyer, whose family started this women's ski clothing brand, but it's not just ski clothing, it's a lot more. But let's talk about this history. What a great relationship that you guys have had with Pepe and Shaika.
We have known Pepe and Shaika since we started in business in 1972. They came to our booth and bought from us the very first year. I was in 10th grade. Oh my God. And it's so wonderful, and they're wonderful people, and they are the heart and soul of Vail.
Definitely. And you know what? And that's what's so neat is that, you know, a local ski wear company and then a local ski shop. You can find it at a few other shops, of course, Christie Sports and then Base Mountain Sports in Beaver Creek. But to have that relationship for so long, and you know what's really neat is throughout the years and throughout the decades, you really know how to design for the Skaya woman.
Exactly. And you know, the Skaya woman or girl or lady or whatever is somebody who just loves the mountains and loves skiing. Sure, she looks great sitting having a lovely glass of wine. She also looks great ripping forever or going up, I don't know, China Bowl and dropping off into something, because Skaya works, and that's what's so cool. A lot of locals wear Skaya.
Yeah.
And it's when a sunny, cold day like today comes out, the Skaya is out.
Yeah.
You know, it's out on the slopes, and everybody's hitting the slopes in their Skaya. I saw a picture a girl had posted, and she had on a jacket that Pepe's carries this year. It's black with the fuchsia stripe and fuchsia fur. And she's like, I'm rocking it. And I'm like, whoa. It makes me so happy when I see people like that, because they truly love the mountains.
Yeah, yeah.
And you know what we say? If our health, is the new wealth, which it is.
Yes.
Then we who live here in the mountains are the wealthiest people in the entire world.
We definitely are. And you know what? And you need things that are going to help you with, like, it was really cold this morning. It was about 9 degrees this morning. So something that's going to be warm and functional and fashionable is going to get you out there. Now, you work with a lot of different designers and even, you know, switch things up each year. What inspires you? Like, because I can't believe it. You guys have been doing this since 1972, and you have to come up with new designs each year.
It's funny. We are inspired by artists. We're inspired by travel. Sometimes, one time I took my daughter to base camp of Everest, and we were inspired by the Khumbu region and lots of rock carvings. And that was our print that year.
I remember that year.
Remember that?
Yes, yes, yes.
And then this year, our inspiration was from two artists. One who did an Aloha watercolor print, which is exclusive for us.
Yep.
And another one who did another art print. And it's so fun. You get the idea, and then you expand on it from there, and then find the other colors of the season that work with the print. So, like, your fuchsia jacket can work with my print. It can work with another print. Other, you know, a beautiful turquoise and orange. Anything goes. And that's what's fun. And on the other side of our line, we do like a Tahitian pearl, dark taupe, and black and navy and white, and really conservative, very sophisticated colors, which are great depending on where you are. But I happen to be partial to the pretty colors.
I know, I do too. It makes me happy. I love looking at these colors and wearing them as well. This bubblegum pink is just awesome. It's just awesome. I love it. I love it. And the base layers to go with it as well. And you know, it's not just what to wear on the slopes. You also have some streetwear, whether it's, you know, the quarter length jacket and the hood, and you're just going from, you know, the parking structure to dinner. You're going to stay warm and you're going to look fabulous.
Exactly. It's so fun. And thanks, Trish. But, you know, we do have a piece this year which is a one-size-fits-all shawl / pullover with, in black and in taupe and in gray, and it looks great going out to dinner. You know, it's fun.
Awesome.
It's super fun. So it's nice to be happy when you're wearing Skaya.
Oh, I don't see how you can not be happy not wearing Skaya. Okay, perfect. So Diane, thanks so much. And once again, we're in front of Pepe's. They sell it at Christie Sports. They also sell it as Base Mountain Sports over in Beaver Creek, and then online, of course. But if you can come on in and shop in one of our local stores, we'd love that too.
This Weather and Mountain Report is brought to you by Carrots Jewelers, creating heirlooms for over 50 years.
Hi, this is Brian Lazar, and welcome to your weekly Avalanche Outlook. We continue to see a gradual stabilization and an easing of avalanche danger as we continue in our dry spell. So in the absence of new snow loading, avalanche dangers are going to continue to improve. You can see that right now we've got a good chunk of the state sitting at low danger or generally safe avalanche conditions. We are hanging on to some areas of moderate danger in portions of the Front Range, the Vail, Summit County, and the northern Saguache zone, and we'll show them why just in a minute. If we take a look at avalanche activity across the state since our last cycle on January 6th, which coincides with our last snowfall event, you can see this gradually tapering off avalanche activity across the state, which has allowed us to go to low danger in a good portion of it. However, if you look at avalanche activity across the state over about the last 10 days, you can see on this left panel that most of the avalanche activity has been concentrated in the southern portion of the Front Range zone, the eastern portions of the Vail Summit County zone, the Aspen zone, and right in the northern Saguache zone. So that's the left-hand side of this graphic. Over on the right-hand side, we're looking at a map of snow water equivalent on the ground, or how much water is contained in the snowpack compared to long-term median. And then you can look in this area outlined in red here, which coincides with areas that are near long-term average. These are our shallower and thinner spot snowpacks in the state. And so you can see this red outlined area is closely matching where we're seeing most of our recent avalanche activity. It is true that we have very low snowpack in the Sangre de Cristo range, but that still remains at low danger simply because there's not enough snow to create much of an avalanche concern. So as we move forward into this weekend, we do get a return of a little bit of snow. We have a pretty quick hitting system that comes through late on Thursday, adds generally around 2 to 5 inches of snow across the state of Colorado through Friday night. So we can expect perhaps a small uptick in avalanche concerns related to the new snow that comes in on Friday night and then into Saturday. But that should be fairly short-lived, and then we'll ease back into essentially the same moderate danger areas in that northeast portion of our mountains remaining at moderate. Most of the places are going to sit near low until we get substantial snowfall to return, which doesn't look like that's going to happen until the end of January. So for right now, most slopes are safe from avalanches in those places with low danger. The places where you're most likely to trigger slides are steep slopes that face north and easterly, near and above tree line. Thinner areas are areas where you're more likely to trigger avalanches, as we've seen in the avalanche activity that's taken place over the last week. So these include areas that are heavily wind affected, where the snowpack goes from very deep to very shallow over short distances, convex rollovers, areas near ridgeline, and steep rocky terrain. If you can avoid those areas, you can greatly reduce your chance of triggering an avalanche. Please stay tuned for changing conditions as this little storm system moves through Thursday and Friday night. Get your current avalanche forecast at colorado.gov/avalanche and enjoy. We'll see you next week.
In the extraordinary, we're free to discover more together. Experience it for yourself this winter. Get your lift tickets today.
Club One is a pivotal part of the Vail lifestyle, with spacious lockers to store all your gear in a ski-in, ski-out location. Club One is your mountain headquarters, stacked with club amenities and members-only perks. Club One, we're the locals' locker.
Get more information at VailYetiHockey.com. Go Yeti!
Vail Valley Live outerwear provided by Skea Limited.
Welcome back to Vail Valley Live, and as you are learning, it is a culinary weekend in Beaver Creek where Colorado hosts California's chefs. A big weekend to enjoy some dining during lunch, during dinner, paired with wine. At the Pines Lodge right now is Charlie, and she has one of our guest chefs, Elizabeth Faulconer. Charlie, take it away.
Good morning, Ty. Yes, I'm so excited. I have meeting with us today as Chef Elizabeth Faulconer, and she is born in San Francisco and grew up in LA, and we're so lucky to have her here in Beaver Creek this weekend. She's opened 11 restaurants over the last 30 plus years.
Well, whatever.
You know, and I've watched a really great video. And so tell us a little bit about the video in particular I'm talking about. You are inspiring people to eat well and take care of their bodies. So you involve fitness within your cooking, is that right?
You know, it's funny. I don't know if it's because I grew up in California or what, but it's also because I played soccer from 9 years old until I was 40. Started doing martial arts after that. I started doing sword fighting about 15 years ago, and then I ended up kind of merging all my worlds together. So I love sports. Obviously, I love to cook, and I have come from a really arty family. So I turned it into like a performance piece called Croquembouche Samurai. So a croquembouche, for people who don't know what that means, is a giant tower of cream puffs. And so one of my performance art food pieces is building this croquembouche. It's cut caramelized sugar all around it. It's really cool.
Wow.
And then I take my samurai sword and do kind of a Kill Bill routine with it. And I actually studied a practice called Junction Fitness. It's based a little bit on Kendo, but more of a workout. And then I just do this. We did this really cool thing at Outside Lands in San Francisco where I dismantled it with a sword, with a real sword. So it was super fun.
Oh my goodness!
And people are like, "What's going on? This is great!"
It's so great. And then so you inspire people to be healthy and cook with good ingredients, and your food really speaks to that. For me, when I saw this video on your ingredients and the food that you actually cook, how does that inspire your cooking?
You know, because I've also I ran the New York Marathon when I was 50. I do a lot of cycling for Chef Cycle, which is a bunch of chefs and people riding for No Kid Hungry. So it's a big fundraiser for that. It's no joke when you're doing like 300-mile bike ride or running a marathon or half marathons even. You've got to like watch what's going on into your body. Yeah, you can eat. People might think, oh, you can eat anything you want, but not really, because you really want to perform well. And I think it's the same for chefs. Like we have to perform. Like you have to kind of. Although my diet in the last 2 days here has not been that great. I drank some wine last night. I don't know. It's Beaver Creek. I'm having fun.
Drinking wine at altitude, does that affect you?
Yes, I have to drink a lot of water. And I take these some super vitamin stuff.
You do. So, I mean, you really have to fuel your body. So I love that your fitness inspires your cooking and your recipes, and you use fresh ingredients. Tell us where we can catch you. What events can we find you at this weekend?
Last night we did a really super fun event. It was all Alpine inspired at Allie's Cabin. And today we're making a California Mexican lunch at Zach's.
At Zach's?
Yeah.
That's awesome. So we can catch you there today. So you've had a busy schedule so far.
So far, mostly cooking, a little bit of skiing yesterday and a little bit later today, and then all day tomorrow.
So how do you like Beaver Creek and Vail?
I love it here. I've actually cooked here quite a few times. Bon Appetit magazine used to have a big culinary ski weekend, and I did those so many times and cooked so many times here, and everybody's super nice, and it's gorgeous here. It's crazy cool.
So it's a great time to come and work here and be a part of this weekend. And so I heard you have a documentary that you're co-hosting or hosting and co-producing. Tell us a bit
that's right.
about that.
It's going to be really cool. It's hopefully coming out. Well, it is coming out this year. We're just finishing the final post-production on it, but it's called Sorry We're Closed. And I interviewed like 50 chef friends of mine all over the country. And it's really about how amazing chefs are really like superheroes. It's about their, we went into it like pre-pandemic thinking, okay, we're going to talk about the state of mind of the chefs. And then it ended up being like so perfect for the sort of crisis going on.
Yeah.
And of course it's hard because everybody's trying to pivot, but it's not so much about the pivot. It's about how self-sacrificing and amazing chefs are in dealing with crisis.
So what advice do you have for any aspiring chefs out there?
My favorite message to people out there who are either home cooks or just wanting to be a chef is really to take care of yourself. It's like you train for something almost like military, and that sounds really hardcore, but it's kind of an intense job. I think like an athlete.
Yeah.
That's, less military, more like athlete, but like really, it's cooking is super fun, but you're on your feet all the time. So you've got to do stuff that counters that and exercise and eat well.
I mean, growing up in this wonderful resort and we're surrounded by athletes, I think it's so important, like you said, to fuel your body, and your cooking really shows that. And so I love the martial arts background that you have, and keep inspiring what you're doing. I love it. Thank you so much.
Can I tell you one more thing?
Yes.
I got to cook with Michaela Schifrin about 2 years ago. I know, it was a super big highlight. I made up a pasta dish for her. We were doing a campaign for Barilla pasta.
Oh, I've probably seen that.
It was really, really fun. Yeah, she was so cool.
Well, she's obviously a local here, so that's really exciting. And I have not got to meet her yet, but you have, so that's amazing. Well, thanks for sharing that info. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend. We're so excited to have you, and looking forward to these events that you're having this weekend.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Elizabeth.
If you're looking for tickets for the Beaver Creek Culinary Weekend, you can still find them available on beavercreek.com/culinary. And it's kind of cool to check out the martial arts or the athleticism paired with dining. A lot of us just work up an appetite, and but that's a fun way to take a saber to the food as well. Doesn't that sound cool, Emma? Just kind of...
That sounds super cool. Like, did you ever play Fruit Ninja? That's probably a way less cool. It was a game growing... I
Fruit
don't know.
Ninja?
Fruit Ninja, yeah, you cut the fruit on the iPad, which the fact that, Elizabeth is doing that with real food in real life with real swords is really cool.
It's beyond just being a game. You're watching Vail Valley Live. We'll be right back.
Vail Valley Live outerwear provided by Skea Limited.
Start the new year out right with Nap Harvest. Mushrooms have been named the top ingredient of the year by the New York Times, and we have them in all shapes and sizes. Honey continues to be a hot topic for health, so stock up with Nap's Nectars. Nap Harvest, your indoor farmers market, open 7 days a week.
Xterra, apparel for your active lifestyle. Visit xterraplanet.com today. Enter the promo code CHECK20 at checkout for an extra 20% off regularly priced merchandise.
Let's go. I need to follow. There's nowhere we can't wander. I know you hear it call to.
This Weather and Mountain Report is brought to you by Carrots Jewelers, creating heirlooms for over 50 years.
Welcome back to Vail Valley Live. 2 inches reported the past 24 hours, Beaver Creek Mountain, 1 at Vail. And if you're tuning in from earlier part of the show, we've kind of switched those numbers around just to kind of get them corrected. But feel free to log on to the website for both Vail and Beaver Creek Mountain to check out how the terrain's looking before you go. Do some fact checking even yourself and get out there and play today. And as we were sharing with you in the sun, if you log on to epicmix.com, you can check the lift lines before you head out there. That way you could plan your approach towards the mountain more strategically by being in the know on the technologically advanced side of things. Sunshine, high temperatures today, picking up the mid to low 30s, as you see right there, the single digits in Fields this morning. Charlie was saying, feels like 5, though it says it's 14 in Beaver Creek. There's the sunshine right there for you to warm up. And as I was telling my friends, for many years of me hitting the slopes at Vail, especially being a sun chaser, I was always telling Scott and Money Mike that, dude, we have to get out on the mountain and stay in the sun. And being a sun chaser means following the sun across the mountain. That way we stay warmer and can stay out in the day longer and that sort of thing. And of course, don't forget to fuel back up at lunch someplace on dining on the mountain and or at the base of the mountain. If you become separated from anyone in your group, then just kind of learn your way around and choose a meeting place, be at the top or the bottom of the chairlift runs, gondola runs, and or at a restaurant. And Yeah, just have a really good time while you're out there today. And you can do something similar today at Beaver Creek. As you know, it is the Culinary Weekend happening up there, and we'll be checking back in with Charlie to tell you more and hopefully be speaking with more chefs. But over at Vail today, 96% of the terrain open at Vail. That is a big deal. And 264 trails available over at Vail of 273. 25 lifts open at Vail of 33. That is surely a big deal. That means the back bowls, in case you're wondering about that. And you could discover new chairlifts out there. And as Ken Hovey would report years ago, I'm a big fan of this. Maybe we could find out from Ken one day back on the show. He had a thing called chicken in a backpack. And that was in the back bowls back there. I'm not sure which, it was off of Pete's or Blue Sky. There's a grilling location outside where you can cook your own food. Got to have Ken bring back the chicken in the backpack segments. And yeah, you're laughing, but it sounds like a delicious and fun time too.
Why I definitely thought of one of those rubber chickens that you would, take with you as a prop or something. Because I don't know. I feel like Ken would do that.
So versus like maybe if you have a pet chicken and you would just bring your chicken out there with you, like how people just bring their pets everywhere that they go, your emotional support chicken.
Ken has a lot of animals, so I could see that too.
They're allowed in the house too. But yes, so where are we in this segment? Where are we going back to?
Meredith.
Let's go to Meredith. So Meredith is hanging out in Lion's Head and with her back against the wall. Times aren't that difficult, are they for you right now?
Well, I have an exciting view in front of me, so I wanted to let the viewers, if they're wondering what to do in Vail on a Saturday night, maybe they didn't get tickets to the Culinary Weekend, the Vail Yeti hockey team is playing tonight, and so I'm currently at Dobson Ice Arena, which is in Lion's Head, just down the road where I started the show at the Welcome Center and the bus loop, and this arena is so sweet. And the Yeti Hockey Boys are an adult semi-pro league here in Vail, and tonight they're playing the Boulder Bisons. They also played them last night. I actually was able to attend the game last night, and it was rowdy. It was a great game. They unfortunately came up a few points behind Boulder, but they have another chance this evening. It's very affordable. Tickets are $10. Drinks are available. They have BBC beer on draft. There's some snacks. And then after the game, there's always an after party at the bar called Altitude, which is in the Evergreen Lodge, which is a pathway you can walk just a few minutes up from here. And they got pool tables. You can mingle with the hockey players there. I'm good friends with a bunch of the players. And it was just an awesome game last night. And they were able to honor Lewis Browning, actually, who is a youth hockey member that we lost, unfortunately, a few weeks ago. And he played on the Vail Mountaineers, and that's actually who's playing behind me. So there are two youth groups playing behind me, and one's from Summit, and then we have the Vail Mountaineers, which is, again, a youth kids hockey. So it was really awesome to be able to recognize and remember Lewis Browning, who we lost way too early. But nevertheless, hockey is happening tonight. The puck drop is at 7:50.
Thank you very much, Meredith. And that is the Dobson Ice Arena over at Vail, just between Vail Village and Lion's Head. And we're seeing it being utilized right now live on TV from the hockey game that's being played there. But most of you might know that location as well for the Ski and Snowboard Club Vail when they host their swap just before winter begins, or maybe concerts when they're held indoors. Back in the early days, I caught Big Head Todd and the Monster inside of there as a performance, as well as Parliament, P-Funk, George Clinton, and there was also, I caught like a Disney on Ice type of an ice show inside of there, and sometimes you could find bumper cars kind of an experience inside of the Dobson.
Did you see Charlie doing Disney on Ice there?
I may have seen Charlie performing there back in the day, but let's check in with Charlie right now, and I can't say that it was actually Charlie that I saw, but she's in Beaver Creek. It is the Winter Culinary Weekend that is taking place, and we had the opportunity to check in with Charlie when she was speaking with the California chef, Elizabeth Faulconer, and right now you have Tracy Desjardins with you right now?
I do, yes. Good morning again, Ty. I'm lucky to meet celebrity chef Tracy Desjardins, and we're so excited to have her. She is a California native, and she has been in the business for over 30 years. We're so excited to have you. Tell us, Tracy, have you been to Beaver Creek or Vail before?
Yes, I've been to Beaver Creek a couple times for Winter Culinary Weekend. I'm super happy to be back.
Awesome. And tell us, what events can we catch you at? I know you said you had an evening yesterday at Ali's cabin, and today you have a lunch. And where can we find you?
Well, I'm super lucky to be on mountain both of our culinary days.
Yeah.
Today we'll be up at Ali's cabin. We are cooking Mexican food today.
Oh, wow.
You know, Mexican's a big part of California food,
Yes.
and so Elizabeth and I are. We've been working together since 1992, actually. I don't know if she told you that.
She did not.
Yeah,
That's
so
a
we go
long
way
time.
back, and we're happy to be here cooking together for all these wonderful people here.
That is amazing. And tell us, what inspires you behind your cooking? Is there anything in particular that really drives you, and the ingredients you may use? I mean, what is it?
Yeah, I mean, you know, we're very farm driven in California. We have wonderful producers there, and that's always the inspiration. It's seasonally based produce that's grown near San Francisco. I'm also really involved in Impossible Foods.
Yes, tell us about that. I heard that you were among one of the first chefs to put the Impossible Burger on the menu.
That's right. I have been a consultant and working with Impossible since before the launch of the first burger. So I still work with them on product iteration and getting the product out there into the world. So it's really meaningful work. It's a great company, all about the environment. So, you know, super happy to be involved in that.
I love that. I love that so much. I mean, it's really cool that you're among one of the first chefs to put that on the menu. That's awesome. I'm happy to meet you. And so tell us, where are you based right now? Where's your new restaurant? In Oracle Park?
So I have an existing restaurant in Oracle Park, and I am about to open a restaurant in Los Altos called El Alta. So that's down on the peninsula in the heart of tech, and super excited to be doing that.
And what sort of cuisine can we find at those restaurants?
So Public House is an American brew pub at AT&T at Oracle Park, which is the home of the San Francisco Giants, and we serve American fare, a great selection of craft beers there. Wonderful place, and then we'll be doing Mexican in the new restaurant, California Mexican.
Oh, I love it. I mean, definitely there are some great California Mexican restaurants. I definitely have tried those myself. And tell us, this weekend, are you able to also relax as well as work? Are you having a good weekend?
Absolutely. I grab skiing anytime I can, so I'll be on the slopes this afternoon after our lunch for a couple of hours. Always fun to go out and get out there on the mountain.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite spot on the mountain you love to ski?
It's a little bit limited right now, and not a lot of fresh new snow, so, you know, doing the big groomers.
The big groomers. I second that. The groomers, you know, I stick to that currently with my injuries. But we're so excited to have you. We hope you have a great weekend. And do you have any last minute tips for any aspiring chefs out there?
You know, cook a lot.
Cook a
you know,
lot.
it's really about doing things over and over again. That's what brings success, and, you know, there's sort of that 10,000, you know, times really, you know, gets you really comfortable with doing what you do.
And what is the most challenging part of being a chef?
You know, it's long, hard hours. That's, I mean, probably the most challenging. I mean, it's changing a bit, and it all depends. I mean, the chef's doing lots of different things, not always in restaurants. Restaurant work is really hard, but there's lots of other opportunities out there in the food world these days.
Awesome. Well, we're so excited. Thank you so much, Tracy, for being here. I know you've got such a busy, packed weekend of events, but you can catch Tracy today at Ali's cabin.
Oh, sorry, at Zach's cabin.
At Zach's cabin.
Yeah, Ali's
Alice
was last night.
night.
Yes,
Zach's cabin
exactly.
today for a lunch.
Yeah.
Thank you. Have a great weekend,
All right,
Tracy.
thanks so much.
Sounds like a delicious time, doesn't it? You can still get tickets for the Winter Culinary Weekend by visiting beavercreek.com/culinary. And again, at 9:30 until 2 o'clock, you'll find the Ski, Eat, Ski portion of your day where you're with your instructor, snowboard or ski, and you're taking on some advanced terrain on the mountain and making your way over towards Zach's cabin, where you'll enjoy a gourmet lunch featuring the two celebrity chefs that we just spoke with. Still ahead on VVL, a lot more. Don't go anywhere.
It's winter and we are back.
Snow reports.
Grooming updates.
Road reports.
Party info.
Food and fun.
We are VDL.
In the extraordinary, we're free to discover more together. Experience it for yourself this winter. Get your lift tickets today.
This Weather and Mountain Report is brought to you by Live Sotheby's International Realty, Colorado's leading real estate firm. Contact their Vail Valley broker professionals today to help you live the life you love.
Giving you another look at the weather before we cut you loose for the day. 8:30, that's when the lifts open over at Vail. And it's going to be spent in the sun if you're hitting the slopes today or shopping around the plaza or just discovering Vail, walking around. It's always good to get out and stretch your legs. It's going to be a warm one for that today, as well as in Beaver Creek. Temperatures making their way into the mid to low 30s, clear skies and sunny. That's what they're calling for. Temperatures are slowly warming up, but that sun is certainly evident while you're out there. And we're looking forward to checking out your fashion and your style ideas while you're spending the day out and about, be it at the Culinary weekend in Beaver Creek or just hitting the slopes over at Vail, making your way into the back bowls. It's good to have a plan. If you're over at Vail, in the sun today, 96% of the terrain available for you, 264 trails for you, 25 lifts available for you. And you'll find your lift times, again, today, 8:30 until 3:30 at Vail. And over at Beaver Creek, you're going to find something else. You're going to find 23 lifts open over at Vail, 150 trails, 88% terrain open. The brand new McCoy Park available for you. And I'm trying to shake the tree on finding a discount pass or a comp for the day so I can get out on the slopes and check out McCoy Park. I'm just as curious as you are about what's back there, and others have found out. But hey, it's a good start. 9 o'clock, the lifts open over at Beaver Creek today. And let's check back in one more time really quick to say goodbye to both Meredith and Charlie. They're out in the field to see how they're going to approach their day. For me, I'm still responding to text messages on how I'm going to approach it. Charlie, what's your approach? Going to chase a little dining and celebrity chefs today?
Oh, well, I might have to go get those tickets, Ty, because the chefs have sold me. They're so interesting, Elizabeth and Tracy, and they've been working together for so long. And I just love what they do, and their inspiration behind their cooking, I think, is truly magnificent, and their background and their story. So they've really got me excited for this weekend. So I'm going to have to check out those tickets online now.
It sounds like a call to action for Charlie right there. And Charlie, you can get your tickets by visiting beavercreek.com/culinary. And if you don't get tickets for this event, still tomorrow you can take in the wine glass and tasting seminar. And that one kicks off at noon. All right, checking over with Meredith. Born Free, love that chairlift. That's where a lot of people's days have begun for many years, right there in Lion's Head.
Absolutely. The hustle and bustle is here in Lion's Head, and the sun is filling the base. The lifts are open. Ski school is started. This is the place to be. And also, right in front of me, I have the fresh off the press grooming report, and they have a lot of runs groomed today. And I'm just going to give you my choices of the day. If I was lucky enough to ski, it would be Ouzo and Chopsticks, Poppy Fields, and the Star. I was skiing over on chair 39 yesterday, and it was so soft. The snow up over in that area, which is in the back bowls off Pete's Express, was so incredible. Very, very soft snow. You're going to still see a bit of dust on crust conditions. We haven't got a big powder day in the last few weeks, but the conditions on the mountain are going to be incredible today, especially being a bluebird day. So get out there and ski today. That would be my best thing. I'm fortunately teaching dance, so I still have a work day today, but I have some family in town and they're going to be getting up on the hill, and I encourage all of our viewers to get up on the hill because it is a magic place up there.
We thank you very much, Meredith, as well as Charlie, for both of your reports today. Vail and Beaver Creek, the energy is in the air, and the skies are looking nice and blue for your start of the day, as well as the sun shining for you out there. Put on your sunscreen and mix a little bit of activity with dining while you're out on the slopes today. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Thank you for watching us on Outside Television. Vail Valley Live returns tomorrow at 7:30. We'll see you then.